How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. Today we are talking UFC 293. We're predicting another UFC card. Big one coming up. The Thunder from Down Under this weekend. Sydney, Australia. Man, would I ever love to go to Australia. Australians, if you're watching, let me know what Australia is like down below in the comments. I have a friend from Australia who I talk to every day, but they're kind of getting off topic now. But anyways, we're talking UFC 293, Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland. You got some great fights as well, with the co-main event being Tai Tuivasa versus Alexander Volkov. We've got a great night of fights coming up this weekend, and here are my picks and predictions for this upcoming card. Kicking things off with our first fight on the pay-per-view, we have Tyson Pedro versus Anton Turkalai? Is that how you say it? Turkalaj? Turkalaj. I'm gonna go with Turkalaj because there's a J at the end, and he's Swedish, and that sounds something Scandinavian. I don't know, man. But anyway, this is a light heavyweight bout. Interesting. Tyson Pedro, 9 wins, 4 losses, representing Australia. 6'3", 205 pounds, obviously, with a 79-inch reach and a 43.5-inch leg reach. Turkalaj sits at this guy's the Swedish guy is 8'2", 6'4", 1 inch less in reach than Tyson Pedro, and 43 inches in leg reach. I've been looking into we're gonna call him Anton. I've been looking into Anton because before he was announced to be on this card, I haven't seen him before personally. I know he's fought in the UFC before, but like I don't have the time to watch every UFC pay-per-view or every UFC card. I make time for the pay-per-views. This is why I do these. But when it comes to Anton, you know, he's got a lot of wins by knockout. He's got 5 wins by knockout, 2 by submission. He did lose his last fight, but he does seem to be a pretty good fighter. It'll be a good test for Tyson Pedro. But we know where Tyson Pedro's good. He's amazing in the striking, and I think Tyson Pedro will, mainly because it's an Aussie fighting in Australia, but I'm gonna go with Tyson Pedro. That Aussie energy is something else, man. Just watch a UFC pay-per-view that was in Australia. That Aussie energy is something else. But anyways, I'm gonna go with Tyson Pedro to win this fight. I think the reach will help him a little bit, and I just feel like he'll be a little bit more technical in there. Give me Tyson Pedro to win by decision. This fight should be a brawl, though, I will say that. In our next fight on the pay-per-view, we have Justin Tafa versus Austin Lane. It's a Justin Tafa fight. You already know what this is going to be. Swing, swing, and swing till someone goes down. To give you the statistics, Austin Lane has double the fights that Justin Tafa does. And he's 6 inches taller, and a lot of sixes. Has a 6-inch reach advantage as well. I'm gonna be honest, I like Austin Lane's chances in this fight. 11 of his 12 wins are by knockout, and I feel like Justin Tafa is someone who's very susceptible to counters, and I feel like Austin Lane can hit him with counters. You know, you can time Justin Tafa. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's say if Justin Tafa goes for a big haymaker, Austin Lane slip back, 1-2 down the pipe, drops Justin Tafa. I mean, may not drop him, but I can definitely see Austin Lane being the better technical striker than Justin Tafa in this fight. So give me Austin Lane to win this fight. I just feel like he'll be a lot more technical than Tafa. And I'm going to say he wins this round by a 2nd round TKO. Looking into our next fight on the pay-per-view, we have Manel Kape versus Felipe dos Santos. This should be a good fight. This is at what? Oh, featherweight. Yes, I should know that. I should know Manel Kape's a featherweight. But anyway, we all know what Manel Kape can do. Very good striking based. That's usually where he is in the striking. You don't see Manel Kape go to the ground very much, but when he's on the feet, Manel Kape can definitely strike. That is for sure. But where the unknown is Felipe dos Santos making his UFC debut against a ranked opponent. And that's very intriguing. Like, I looked into Felipe dos Santos a little bit, and you know, it says he's undefeated, and he looks very well-rounded from what the stats say. 2 of his 7 wins were by knockout, 3 were by submission, and 2 were by decision. So that could be interesting playing into this fight with Manel Kape. But at the end of the day, I do think Felipe Dos Santos could put up a good fight. He seems to be a tough, durable fighter, but I can't stick with my guns here. I'm gonna have to take Manel Kape, and I feel like he. Ooh, I'm just seeing this. Felipe Dos Santos is 2 inches taller. That could play a factor, but I'm gonna go with Manel Kape to win this fight, and I think he will win. I'll give him a decision. I feel like this is a kind of fight that could go back and forth, or Manel Kape's just gonna control it for 3 rounds and pull out the decision. In our co-main event, we have 2 heavyweights that can bang. I already talked about this fight a little bit, but you have Tai Tuivasa versus Alexander Volkov, and my god, what a fight this could be. Volkov is definitely taller, though. You could tell that just off their past fights or in general. I almost called him Tafa. Tuivasa, he tends to be the shorter guy, you know, and Volkov is the big Russian giant, 6'7". Tuivasa's 6'2". Volkov will obviously have a reach advantage and a little bit of leg reach, but still, it's heavyweight, man. Anything can happen. I mean, if you guys are thinking what I'm thinking, I feel like this will be a lot like when Volkov fought Derek Lewis. Volkov popping the jab, boom, 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 sticking out, keeping it easy, doing what he needs to do. I feel like Tuivasa will have his moments, and who knows, Tuivasa could just run straight at Volkov and knock him out in the first minute. But if I'm picking with my gut, I'm gonna take Alexander Volkov. Or well, with my head rather. And if I'm picking with my gut and my heart, I'm picking Tai Tuivasa, man. Tai Tuivasa is just such a legend. Well, I'll tell you this, right? It's probably going to be Alexander Volkov. He's the technical fighter, and he can win by knockout too. But if I'm picking with my heart and my gut, I'm going to go with Tai Tuivasa just because he's a pure legend. And I'm just going to say he gets a 3rd round knockout. In front of the Aussie crowd too. How nuts would it be if Tai Tuivasa won by knockout? He'd probably have 2 shoeys if he wins by knockout. He usually does 1, but like he'd probably have 2 going at once just there like. I really want to do a shoey, by the way. If any one of you guys can hook me up with a fight in Australia, if I win, I will do a shoey just for you. And now, rounding it all off, your main event of the evening. It's Sean Strickland, I can't help but laugh. Israel the Last Stylebender Adesanya versus Sean Strickland. Oh my god, imagine if Sean Strickland wins. Could you imagine the scenes? I don't even want to think about what that man would say if he got on the microphone. He'd be like, yeah, look at your Chinese champion. Oh my god, I would love to see it. At the same time, I would not love to see it because I am a big Izzy fan, but my god, I get a hoot out of Sean Strickland. But anyways, let's talk statistics. And this is like personally, this feels like when Anderson Silva would just pick another contender and go at it. But I mean, Adesanya, he's beaten everyone at middleweight. Let's go back to the beginning of his title reign. You have Kelvin Gastelum, Robert Whittaker, who else? Yoel Romero, Paulo Costa, Marvin Vettori. Who came after Vettori? Oh my god. Who was it? Vettori. It wasn't Pereira. Was it the second Whittaker fight? Maybe. We'll go. No. I don't know right now, but I remember it was Whittaker again, then it was Cannonier, and then he had the Pereira fight, which he lost, but then got back in April in Miami. Shout out 305. So, Izzy's beaten everyone, and Pereira's up at 205 now. If Izzy wins this fight and beats Dricus, maybe Izzy goes up to 205 and challenges Pereira for the light heavyweight title. That title's still vacant, who knows? Maybe Izzy can go back and have another double champ status. We'll see. But in the words of Sean, well, in terms of Sean Strickland, let's be honest here. The man kind of fights like this, head up in the air, you know, and he got caught by Alex Pereira doing that. But he showed some great moments, like in his last fight, Sean Strickland. He fought a young up-and-coming, was it a Russian guy? I think it was. But he took him to the trenches. He baited him in. He knew he was going to come out fast and strong, and Sean got him back, took him to the trenches, and ended up winning that fight. So Sean Strickland has what it takes. You know, he can definitely be a top 10, top 5 contender at middleweight. I just don't see the man beating Adesanya. I really don't. Because, I mean, the way he stands, like, if you hold your guard out like this against Izzy is the best striker in the UFC, but, like, if he isn't the best, he's up there. And Izzy could easily just feint you in with the shoulder, throw the left hook, you're going to end up just like he did against Alex Pereira. I love Sean Strickland. I really do. And I hope he wins. I hope Izzy wins too. I love both fighters, and I wish nothing but the best for both of them. But looking at it, from what I see, my gut, my heart, my head, my heart, my gut. Oh my god, the amount of screw-ups I've made. It's hard not to pick Israel Adesanya. I'm sorry, it is hard not to pick Israel Adesanya in this fight. But I do hope Sean has his moments. I know the beef between these two is pretty steep, but I look forward to seeing this fight. It's the press conference, man. The press conference and the weigh-ins are going to be absolutely hilarious. My god, I cannot wait to watch that. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure to have your view again, as always. And until next time, when is our next UFC fight? It'll be Charles and Islam running it back in Abu Dhabi. Ooh, that would be nuts. But honestly, you know what I should do? At the end of this year, I should make a recap video and see how well I did in all these UFC predictions, and see how good I went with all the main events and how bad I did. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and next time I will see you, if you're a UFC fan of the channel at least, I will see you for Makhachev versus Oliveira 2, live from Abu Dhabi, UFC 294. Well, until next time, guys, take care, and peace.